Hi everyone. Today I'm sharing the unofficial first interview of Nicole Kessinger with you. This interview took place at Majestic Park on August the 15th, 2018. From Chris Watts' interview, we know Kessinger acted strangely during their final phone call, asking questions like, "What's the name of my dog?" almost as if she suspected law enforcement might be listening into the phone conversations. To avoid being implicated by Watts, Kessinger called the police the next morning and they connected her to the FBI who was working the case. Around the 55-minute mark of the interview, the FBI agents mentioned they might need her phone to verify the text messages exchanged between her and Chris. But what did Kessinger do next? Right. She rushed home, got online, and searched for "Can cop trace text messages?" Well, let's just say it's an interesting move for someone claiming to be innocent. It seems like the FBI had his recording device in his pocket. There was so much background noise, people talking over each other, dogs barking, wind, and I tried my hardest to clean the audio up for you guys. So without further ado, let's dive right in.
Special Agent Phil Jones. Today's date is August 15th, 2018. Interviewing Cole Kessinger with Mark Flair.
Hi, Phil Jones. Bobby eats
Sweetheart.
out of him, so that's kind of
What's his name?
shape, but
Duke. Duke?
he's up, he's down.
Talking unofficial. Whatever you feel comfortable talking about.
So I met Chris at work. He's one of my direct coworkers. He just worked kind of in passing in the same office building. I met him probably around the beginning of June, maybe before that. And we kind of talked in passing and then started to get to know each other. We started hanging out pretty frequently around, I want to say the last week of June, somewhere around there. And have continued to talk until then. He informed me that he did have two kids. That he had two daughters. He also told me that he was currently in the process of a separation from his wife. And so, that he was in the process of a separation from his wife, and as far as I knew, that was becoming pretty finalized. And then Monday afternoon, he told me that she was gone and he didn't know where she was. And at that point, I don't think that it set off any alarms in my head, just because, I have friends that I text, and if I don't hear from them for 3 hours or 6 hours or even a couple days, I don't feel concerned about where they're at because it's kind of a standard thing for me. But then she didn't come home that night. I was like, okay, well, maybe she'll come back. And I was kind of under the impression, since they're separating, that maybe she decided to take the kids. Maybe she decided to just leave for a few days. I don't know. I felt like maybe she was just trying to get some space. And I figured maybe that was why she left her stuff there, was just get some quiet. And then yesterday rolled around and she's still not around. And that started to seem concerning for me, that people still don't know where she is. And they don't know where those little girls are. And at that point, I was like, you know what? I hope something did not happen to her and did not happen to her children. And that was when I decided that it's probably a good idea to just come talk to you guys and just let you know that I've been spending time with Chris. And that's as far as this guy. So that's it.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. So prior to June, did you know him? Did you guys have did you know any relationship? Didn't know him that?
No, I didn't know him at all.
Met him in June? And what's the company you guys both work?
We both worked for, I'm a contractor, so technically I don't work for the same company, but we both work for an industrial corporation. Like, we're in the same building. So we don't actually, like, work together. It's literally like I see him in the hallway. It's not even.
And then what do you do? What's your position?
I do health safety. So HSE.
And you still kind of brother? And then, so you guys would have to start communicating, via email, text, phone messages, how did the relationship develop?
So we started talking through text message and through phone calls.
Take your time.
That's how it started.
Sure. Okay. And then did the relationship develop beyond friendship?
Yes.
Okay. And then did he say anything to you about where he thought the relationship was going or something close to the future?
I think that he was looking for a relationship with me. But I knew that he was in the process of the separation. So for me, I was kind of having a hard time with that, where it's like, because he told me, oh, we're putting the house up for sale. And I told him, I'm not comfortable with considering you my significant other and vice versa while you are still, like, in the midst of a divorce. Like, I was like, once you and her are finalized with the divorce, and like once you and your kids have your new location that you want to move to set up, once all of that is where it needs to be, I'm like, then we can talk about, eventually, like, dating seriously and like building something with each other. But I mean, that was kind of my standstill on that. And, I feel guilty that I should have, like, waited to, I guess, like, initiate anything that we had together until after supposed to finalize, as opposed to doing it while that's something like it.
So, and it's not uncommon, and it's not fair. We appreciate you for fighting with that, and because it is significant. We're trying to do what we can as far as investigation right now to figure out what happened and what's happening. So, we appreciate that. Obviously, I know it's not easy. So, can you tell me a little bit more about this? So, you guys started talking, and when you developed into just talking for this thing.
This is like the beginning of July.
Yeah, July. And then, did you guys continue to see Federal official with your
I saw him on Saturday. What was the last time I saw him?
Okay, and then he walked me through that Saturday. This gets me.
So when we spent time together, I didn't really like go to his house. Like, we would spend time at my house. He went out to dinner. That's what we did. He said he had a babysitter. He had to wait for the babysitter. And we met up. I forget what it was. Maybe like 5 or 6. And we tried to go to a restaurant down the street from my house, but I didn't like it. So we left, and then we went to another house at 144. It's called the Lazy Jaw. And we went up there and we had dinner. And then he came back to the house and hung out with us for probably like 15 minutes. And then he left because he said he had to go home. So,
And that was Saturday?
That was Saturday. That's the last time I saw him.
Okay. And did you guys, was there anything else? Was it just dinner? Did you go anyplace else?
No, we just went to dinner. And that's one of the only times I've actually ever been asked to work with them. But yeah, just,
And so for the most part in the past, when you guys were together, it was at your house or going out to the
Typically not. I mean, we've done a few things, but not.
And on Saturday, what was the time frame?
I think it was probably like 5 to 10-ish. Somewhere around there. And I don't even think it was 10, because he had to be back by. So I think it was a little bit before that. I think it was like 9:30. But somewhere in there. And I remember It might have been like a little after 5 too. All I know is babysitter was going to get there around that time. And we got his 4:10. So it would take drive times after I've already done.
Well, when you came to your house here, did you pick you up to your house?
I don't really like ride cars. I only had that white car they have once. But other than that, we take my truck everywhere. Always.
When you came to your house,
I didn't even pay attention to that, but probably his. I don't think she really traced that. You see, truck. Well, that's the house tool.
it's usually he comes to you with the right vehicle. And then when you guys went out to take your vehicle to go, where do you go? And so you had dinner. Was there anything else? Any other discussion about anything? In order to just talk about the relationship with his guy? That's not nothing. No.
I mean, I've been helping him trying to like find a new spot. So I'm sure we talked about like, hey, because I know we were trying to set up a time this week to go like have him. He was looking for a 2-bedroom apartment. We wanted to get an apartment number for him and his girl. And so sometimes, I mean, we talk about that recently because he's just like, I gotta find a place. We were supposed to go look at some stuff this week. We were trying to get it set up. Well, this happened. So, I mean, like a little bit of stuff, but it's never like directly from his side. It's typically like, this is what's going on. And then just like, I will give you a helping hand if you're trying to find a spot. Like, I'll look at apartments for you guys. And like, I would tell them, oh, I found an apartment that's like got a pool for your kiddos and it's got a park for your kiddos and it's close to work and close to the gym. And and trying to make sure that he got a place that was close to where, his ex-wife would be staying so that they were all, essentially located to each other and just really trying to help him to get set up so that he could have a good working relationship with her, with the kids, and then he could be in a location that is like safe and centrally located and good for the kids themselves when he had them. And so just trying to like help him to like transition and then be a good dad and make sure that he's there.
And then after Saturday, the next time.
Oh, I talk to him all the time. He hasn't texted me today because I asked him yesterday not to, but if I was to text him right now, I bet he'd respond in like 5 minutes. And he has no idea. Nobody does. My dad is the only person that's interested. Like, no one I know knows that I spend time with him. I don't think anybody he knows that I spend time with him. Like, besides the 3 people at the stable, it's just,
And no co-workers, no friends, nobody. Are you confident that he didn't say anything that about the relationship?
I'm pretty positive he did not. So.
And then, as far as texts and phone calls since Saturday, has anything been odd to you? Anything you said or with me that struck you as strange or not truthful? Or...
Well, so I talked to him on Sunday night, and he was fine on Sunday night. I didn't have any issues with him. And then Monday, I think we shot each other like a couple texts at work. Like, him and I get real busy, both of us do at work. So it was just kind of like, and it was like just a mundane bullshit conversation, And then Monday afternoon, I came home from work, and I had a friend over my house. He was not equal or knows about this at all. But like, I went to meet up with a friend, and then he texted me and told me something along the lines of like, my wife and my kids on the show. And I was just like, okay. And then
that was what happened.
It was on Monday.
More time.
Honestly, I'm kind of upset with him right now. Just disappointed with him. So probably realistically, I'll tell you, it happened like right after I walked in the door to meet up with my friend. So Monday, I got off work at 3 p.m. It takes me probably like 40 minutes to get home, and I had just walked in the door. So how about 3:45? That's probably about it. And so he sent that then, and I was like really confused, but I wasn't concerned at that point because it was just like, me, she's not home. Like, she at the grocery store. I mean, it was like, all right. I didn't realize the seriousness of the situation at that point. But no, she didn't come home that night. And then I talked to him that night too. And he really didn't seem like, I mean, he was like concerned about his kids, definitely. But he didn't seem like he was at that point worried that something horrible had happened. He was just kind of like, I don't know where they're at. It's stressing me out. I mean, and I could hear it in his voice. Like, he sounded kind of scared. Like, he was just worried about it. You know, it's like, I don't know where she is. Like, I don't know how to do stuff. I mean, so he was worried, but it wasn't bad. I mean, worried like I think somebody would found if somebody they loved was not at home, you know. But at the same time, I think at that point, he was convinced, I was convinced that she probably just left the day. Like, I really thought, I was like, you know what? I bet she just needed a break from home and she needs some time. Probably took the kids and she'll be back. Like I say, that's kind of like how I had it in my head. So,
did he say anything to you about he's doing anything was missing from the house? He's not missing signs of anything suspicious? If he just said that she left, or he didn't know where she was.
He didn't know where she was. He didn't say she left. He's just like, I don't know where she's at.
And the kids as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, and I think he sounded genuinely concerned. I mean, those are his kids. And probably the impression that I get, he's a great dad. I mean, he's all about them. He loves those little girls. And so, you know, for me, I could tell when I could, like, hear it in his voice that he sounded concerned. It was just like, those little girls, I'm sure, you know. And I think he's just worried about the whole situation. I don't know why I don't know why he had to.
And then since on Monday, have you spoke to him on the phone, or is it just in text messages or notes?
I think I did not talk to him. So it was yesterday.
I'm sorry, did it?
No, we texted each other yesterday, but there was no like phone conversation yesterday.
For Monday, he was on the phone?
Yeah, at night, like at the end of the night, I talked to him. I just remember being like really tired and I just go to bed, but I was just like trying to make sure he was okay.
Did anything jump out at you in that conversation? Did he say anything to you about anything to you and him? Like anything had changed or anything was different than nothing? Not at all. Okay, so just seemed concerned.
Yeah, like he just worried. I mean, I was worried too. I just didn't. I thought she just left for days. That's really what I thought. And then again, like yesterday, when she was like, it's like, oh, maybe this is like something really serious. And again, I mean, like with my friends, it wouldn't be something that would draw attention if I didn't talk to them immediately. And I knew that they were going through separation. So the fact that one person was leaving for maybe a day, that doesn't seem out of the ordinary for just somebody to want to. The fact that all of her stuff was still there, though, that seems kind of thing.
And did he tell you about anything that was going on with her, as far as was she seeing anybody? You know, was there? She talked about plans about she was going to do before someplace else.
As far as I knew, he kept it pretty short and sweet. He was like, if she ever came up in a conversation, he was very like civil about her. Like he never had anything like negative or derogatory to say about her. He just told me, you know, we're separating. This is why, and that was about it. And then when
did he say why? Did he say what his reason was?
Reason was for separating? He just said that they like really didn't connect very well on camera. And I don't know. I think honestly they have different ideas of how they live their lives. So I mean that he never, just wasn't like negative about her, you know. And it was something else pretty removed from her. I've done, you know. I know she's good mom. She was a good mom. But, you know, nothing.
Did he have a certain facility?
I think it could have gotten there. I think played out, like, in a decent manner, but they're not because this is a horrible situation. I don't know where she's at, and it's really concerning me if this woman and her children cannot be located. It's not gazing. Like, I'm worried for all of them.
Yeah, and we are too, and obviously a lot of it. And that's some of the questions that I'm asking just trying to get to the bottom of this.
Understandable.
Yeah. And so when he told you that he was in love, was that recent? Was that right away? Was that like in July?
It was probably like a couple of weeks ago.
And did you talk about anything like that? But saying, I'm in love with you now, and I want life together.
I mean, we talk about the future. I think all couples do talk about the future, but it was never like, hey, I'm like leaving her. We're gonna get a house together. You're moving in with me. It was never like this, like very forward thing. And and I even told him, I was like, if we're gonna build a relationship, one thing is that if you're getting a divorce, you've been married for a long time, I think it would be wise for you to spend a lot of time on your own. I was like, and I recently got out of a relationship earlier this year, and I think it's also healthy for me to spend time on my own. I told him, I was like, I respect like monogamy, but at the end of the day, it's like you need space, and I would tell him that it's like once you guys all your paperwork's finalized and you guys have decided to separate, and you're in your own spot with your kids, I was like, I think the days that you're with your kids, we need to be with them like full time. I'm not ready to meet your children. He didn't even ask me to meet his children. I mean, not yet, but I told him, I was like, in the future, eventually, if we get to that point where we think we're ready, yes, but I'm not ready to meet your kids. They're not ready to meet me. You're not ready to have me sit down. And I just tell him, I think we should take our time. Like, ideally, I would only like to hang out with you the 2 people, on the days that you don't. And I was like, in the rest of those days, I was like, spend time with yourself, man. I was like, you've been in a relationship for a really long time. Like, just spend time, like, doing whatever it is that you do that makes you, and really try to, like, take a responsible approach to getting in a relationship with someone. That is what I respond to these. Should I have waited until he was, like, officially 100% on paper first to find out how? Yes, that's my mistake. But after that, everything going forward is really good.
And then you already said that did you ever meet his wife? We ever at his house. When was that?
That's like a situation where he's living with somebody that he's separated from. It's not my life. Like, about their life, And I started telling him, like, the time you spend with me, you spend at my house because this is our space. And that's not my space. And for me, I think it's really disrespectful to go over there. And so we stopped by there once, like on the way to my house. And I was there for maybe like 15 minutes. And I saw a picture of her holding her kid. She's so beautiful. And I remember thinking, like, God, you're looking beautiful too. And we laughed. And I remember telling him after that, it was like, have you ever thought about like really trying to fix your marriage with her? And he's like, gosh, really? And I was just like, man, like, you got a beautiful wife. It's like, she's the mother of 2 of your kids. And I'm just like, you already have all of this stuff. Like, you already have the house and car and the kids, marriage and the wife. And I'm like, are you sure you don't want to fix that? I'm like, because what if you like try to start over with somebody else? And like, what if hypothetically like we didn't work out, or you know what I'm saying? Or like just any of that, where it's like, you should at least give her the benefit of the doubt. And he told me, I tried to talk to her about all this stuff a few times, and it's just not worked out. And I'm like, all right, I mean, if you're trying to separate from her and it's pretty finalized, then I will respect that. But just being in that house made me feel like we should just try to fix it. Like, I actually like kind of stepped away from him for a little while and just kind of like I don't know, but like I wasn't sure if I wanted to like carry on because I was with him, because I really wanted him to try to fix stuff. And then he just there's stuff really work off. But yes, so once.
Okay. And that was in the
Yeah, I think it was like the second. I think it was the second take of July, and then we're fine.
was the relationship enemies by that time?
Yes.
Okay. And then as far as his work truck, were you ever in his book?
Let's know which one it is, but I've never been.
And then I think I asked you this about the white beer. I know he drove that. Were you ever in white beer? One time? Can you just tell me about that?
I'm trying to figure out where we went. I think it was like something cool. We take my truck everywhere. It was a while ago. I don't remember right. I think it was something quick. Like I think he had to like run an errand or something at like the road because this is just like this kid vehicle. But other than that, like never. I was always in my truck. If I can remember like when that was, I'll let you know. But it like wasn't anything like we were going on a date. It wasn't like nothing. I think it was like a quick trip to go somewhere. It's just like, hey, I'll drive. Okay.
That's actually the other question. Have you guys ever done a vacation together?
Nope. We went to the same dude. It was pretty recent. A couple weeks ago.
How'd that go? How long the trip was that?
We went for like a day. We left Saturday. Came back on Sunday. We stayed one night out there.
Do you think that did anybody know that you guys were going on that trip together?
I think a lot of people knew, but they didn't know who it was with.
So on your side or on his?
No, nobody on my side. I mean, people knew I was going to sand dunes, but I tried to question that. I was just, I'm going to the sand dunes for you. And then I'm pretty sure I asked him, I was like, does anybody know you're going to sand dunes? He said yes. But I don't think he told me this. He told me it's just some other people. So,
yeah. So you're pretty confident that he didn't?
I don't think anybody in his life knows about me. I really don't. Like at all. Like I'd be willing to like say like, I highly doubt it. Don't see it.
What about social media?
I don't have it.
You don't have any social
I
media?
have.
Yeah. So there was no interaction with Facebook. Yes.
Nope. I don't have Facebook. I have nothing. I literally nothing. I have an email. I use it for like general purposes, so we never even emailed. I haven't for a long time. I recently deleted my LinkedIn, but that was like I got bored.
Quite. Anything in that is different? Well, stands out.
I mean, it was like kind of sappy, but it was not like anything out of the ordinary. People that are dating, that's so fake.
And then I know he was going to do stuff, but yeah, if you're working out,
He was doing whatever.
you working.
The mosquitoes are sad.
I'm sorry, I got big here too, so so we'll both get it up a little bit. So I obviously work out. Okay, so you got work out. Yeah.
I go to my gym and he works out.
Do you ever say things like, I really hate this person?
No. The one thing I did want to let you guys know is that I was looking at it's not time. Okay. And I found out that she's early 16 weeks pregnant. I did not know that. I was pretty taken back by that. I just felt kind of like disappointed with him and not with the situation. I mean, if she's pregnant, that's a beautiful thing. But that is information that definitely helped for me. So I had to find that out to the media. And I asked him about it yesterday. And he kept telling me, he's like, it's not mine. And he just kept telling me it wasn't his. And he's like, you mad? I was like, no, I'm not mad at all. I just am like really surprised. And I was just like, please tell me the truth. Like, don't lie to me. Please don't lie to me. Like this whole relationship, in a sense, if you think about it, it's kind of like, it needs to be as honest as possible. Yeah. I asked him to tell me the truth and he kept denying it a few times and I was just like, this. Like, I know this child is yours. And I'm like, and well, because he kept saying, he was just like, I don't want to ruin anything we have, this and this. And I'm like, Chris, like, you need to not worry about me right now. Like, what you need to worry about is your family. I'm like, all 4 of them. And I kept saying that, like, all 4 of them. I'm just like, I know that's your child. I'm like, and that's okay. I'm like, you need to put all of your energy right now and focusing on cleaning them and not anywhere else. You know, and then he finally came clean, and he was like, yeah, it's mine. And I knew. Of course you knew. Like, you know, come on, how would you not know that your wife is like, what is 4 months pregnant? I mean, seriously. So he told me, and I just, I've never I have never felt like he's lied to me. I've always felt like he's been pretty upfront with me this entire time. And then after that happened yesterday, between him lying to me or coming clean about lying to me, and then his wife not coming home, I was like, you know what? I wonder if there's more to this story than I know, you know? And it's really hard for me to process it because I think he's a really good guy. And, you know, I'm worried about his wife kid. Like, really worried about his wife kid. I don't know where they are. You don't know where they are. Nobody knows where they're at. It's just freaking me out because these little girls are like, they're so little. And she's pregnant, you know, and it's like, where's their mom? Where are these babies? And it makes me sad. And it's just this whole combination of like, she's still not back. And then him lying to me. And I'm just like, I just felt like I needed to talk to you guys and tell you guys, like, I am concerned about you. Any way that you guys need help.
Well, and that may be something that we ask you at some point. That, you know, that there obviously is things that you could help with. Yeah, I don't know how many people he's speaking with, but yeah, you said at the beginning, that's about you. So that may be something that we could use some help on.
You keep my name out of the newspapers for a little while, would be nice.
Well, our report gets you know, kind of folks to the news. Yeah. We'll have to see how this case goes.
I understood.
But can you now looking back, you know, knowing that lies to you about his wife, like, is there anything else that you can think of that he lied about?
I mean,
or that now Jim's say, wait a second, he told me this, but maybe that's not true.
I mean, not really. I still, like, I took everything he said to me in face value. I try to do that for everybody. I mean, unless you guys know something I don't know. But that's, like, the truth that I have been given. So that's, like, what I know, you know? And I don't want to go back and, like, second guess, like, all of that, because to me, it's real. It still does. This whole situation doesn't seem real, but at the time, it was just like, I'm separated from her. This is what's going on. You know, and he seemed like he was pretty proactive about it. He was trying to get it in the spot and, like, trying to get everything set up. Which you know, like, I remember we were talking about it. I was like, are you going to get 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom? And he's like, I want a 2. I'm like, why don't you get a 3? And then each one of the girls would have a room. And he's like, I can't afford that. And I was like, all right. And then he was like, I'm going to do 2-bedroom. And then I remember telling him, like, oh, me and my sister have bunk beds when we were little kids. It's kind of cool. They might like it. You know, it's just like, all right, you know. And so I was like, kind of helping him with that. I was like, we'll go find something that'll be good and help you guys out. And then I was like, I mean, I tried. I really tried to, like, handle that whole relationship in the most, like, decent manner that I could. Yeah. So.
Did he ever talk to you about his friends?
I mean, I know he has a few. His buddy Mark out in San Diego's a good friend of his. And
you know, just like no, just Mark in San Diego.
It's just, I don't, that's fine. This guy had no reason to. And then it's funny to me, like, that I know he was somewhere over by me. I'm sure they know where he is. I'm sure there is. Yeah, I don't know. That's about it. I mean, I'm sure he's often mentioned other people, but nothing like works from that face.
Just as far as you know, those the names.
I would say that those are probably like his first buddies.
Did he have a lot of friends?
I don't know.
Now, your feedback.
I think so. I think there was like a lot of like couples that his wife and now. I think so. If I was fine with big parties and stuff.
Is he an outgoing guy or social, or he's more private type?
I would consider him to be an introvert. I think around me, he opened up a little bit more. I think he just felt like he didn't play. It was just kind of like a free relationship. I thought it was personal, like extremely attached. I don't know, like I'm not going to judge him, or I don't know if it was because I was like a little secret. I felt like he could trust me and stuff, but I think he was like pretty open with me usually. But I would.
And then type of hobbies, interest, anything cars. That's his thing. Cars. Did the fitness thing? Would you consider that to be, you got to be looking at it? Some people are not shaped. They start to get in shape in that session.
No, I don't think.
Or just a healthy.
Oh, that's exactly what it was. I did not mean to cut you off. No, it was healthy. I think he was in a good spot. I mean, working out probably, 5 days a week or so. And I knew he ate pretty healthy. And I think he was happy with his fitness level. I wouldn't consider anything that's overly by any means. Like most people I know who go to the gym with clean eating and work out 4 or 5 days a week, most likely was. So nothing strange.
What about finance? You ever mentioned any kind of financial difficulty?
A little bit.
Was that, the strain of a marriage, or spending too much money, is credit card debt, or what? What do you think that?
He just said when they sold the house, I said, this is when he first started talking about putting the house up for sale. I was like, we're doing another house right away. I was like, look, the Colorado market's pretty good. Just like, I think I'm going to move in an apartment and save up money. I'm like, don't she like that money how? But,
Did he tell you that he said?
He thought the house was pretty much supposed to go up for sale.
Let's pass money.
This LHD.
He specifically said the house would go for sale?
He said it was, or I don't know if it was that it was going up for sale or that he was talking to realtors, but either way, I don't remember exactly what it was. It was something effective like everything about started my day with horrible hitting him. He said that she was the one who found me.
Was there anything else that he said that was significant about that? Was he going to move out? Was she going to move out?
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that at all. It was just like we were going to sell the house. And he said they were both at different spots. And I was like, well, where's she going to stay? And he's like, because I wanted him to be in close proximity to her after they split so that he was always like a quick drive to the kids, I remember when I was young, my dad and my mom lived really far apart, and like I still saw them both frequently, but it was just like it's just kind of like a long drive for everybody. And I think just being that close proximity is like it's just good. It's healthy for your kids. And so I remember asking him like, where she's gonna stay? And he's like, probably somewhere around this area. And he didn't give me anything exact. And then I asked him again, like recently, because he started getting more serious about trying to play. And he was like, I think she's just gonna stay in Frederick. And I was like, all right, And then like one time, that first time when I was like, do you know where she's gonna stay? And he's like, she's probably gonna stay around here. And I'm like, is she gonna stay in his house? He's right, she can't put his house right now. I was like, all right. And that was the first time he told me like, yeah, we're gonna put it up. Just saying. Like, well, they could do that.
Did he tell you what she does for a living? How she earns money?
Kind of, sort of. I know she like works for some company that does like a lot of online stuff, and it's like fitness stuff or vitamin stuff. Or I don't completely know exactly what that is, but I know she has to like network with a lot of people on social media. So I'm not 100% sure what you call that. Because I guess she's like a solo girl. I'm sure. That's what she does.
Gotcha. How about, did you ever see anyone with your weapons? Ever carry a knife or a gun? Ever talk about weapons?
No. And in fact, we even we talk about like current events. Like it's a big thing in my life. I talk about current events all I asked him one day, like, if you want, I will send you articles. Like, I'll read you every, like, once a week or so, I'll find an article that I think is interesting. It's about all sorts of different stuff. And I'll send it to one of my friends, and I'll be like, what do you think? And we'll have, like, debates and discussions about it. I remember there was one on a shooting that I sent. And I was like, what do you think? He was like, oh, I'm done. Out. It's like, okay, we work in the oil industry, and a lot of, like, they're very love people, and they love them. He was just talking to me about it, and he's like, I don't understand why some of these people insist on, like, and I know he's referring to, like, the group that we, like, work around, not necessarily our coworkers, but just, like, oil field people. He's like, I don't know why they insist on having, like, 10 weapons. He's like, why could you possibly need that many guns? It doesn't even make sense. He's like, it's not necessary. And then he's just like, I don't keep guns in the house. So that actually did come up, and it's sort of just like,
Well, you know if he was ever in the North then?
not that I know of.
And you know where he's originally from? No. You ever thought about that?
Yeah.
I'll about how that was. I mean, anything significant, nothing about that. I mean, traumatic, anything. Nothing that jumped out.
When him, mom and dad were still married, and they said it's really close with dad. Dad's really into cars too. They said that they were able to late on that. Said there just wasn't a lot of opportunity in Carolina. Like, just the jobs or anything around there doing that. And said some friends moved out here, and him and her came and visited about. I just really liked it. Thought there was a lot better jobs. And see, it's like,
Right. Oh, I still back that. The relationship with his family.
yeah, definitely. But I know he's got a sister, and he's got 2 kids.
Is his sister in North Carolina?
So, as far as I know, because I know he went to visit his parents, and I think he got a St. Person, or she's up visiting their field, but I think she did, yeah.
Did he talk about going back in North Carolina recently?
I know he did. He just got back.
So you knew. Did you know who he went west?
He went by himself and met her out there. You know, she was already out there.
Is there anything else you can think of that you think might be pertinent? I mean, you know, looking into this?
Not really. I mean, I told Dave.
Yeah.
I told Dave, like, you know, I think this is information. I don't know if it can, like, help you to solve anything, but it's like, I was a big part of his life recently, so I just figured that you guys should be aware of it. Definitely. You know, and I will cooperate with you on anything that you can. And so I asked him yesterday, so yeah, we can have this in there. I asked him yesterday to kind of like give me some space, because I'm getting to the point of this situation where I am very concerned for his wife and children. And it's a difficult situation. After like finding out, like, oh yeah, and like I've also got this child on the way with her, and just wasn't very honest with me. I told him, please give me time to heal, and please give me time to process this. And he's like, are we done? And I told him, I said, no, we're not. Yes, we are. But he doesn't need to know that. I just told him that because I was just like trying to find a way to like distance myself from him without alerting him that I'm really uncomfortable with everything that's going on right now. You know, I told him numerous times yesterday that I was scared. And, you know, I told him that I was scared not because of, like, for, like, my own safety, but I told him, like, I'm scared because I don't know where she got. I'm scared because, I'm scared for them. And then I told him, you know, the fact that you weren't honest with me, like, I don't feel like I know you as well as I did. And that, you know, that's uncomfortable for me. She's like, this whole situation, it's scary. So, I just asked him if he could give me some space. And then I told him, I was like, when you find your family and they're all right, I was like, then you can go ahead and text him. I was like, until then, I don't really think it's a good idea to talk to you. And that's as far as I've got. But I can tell you right now, if I were to text him and just say whatever I needed to say. So I don't know. And I even asked him a few times yesterday, is like, what happened? Like, where's your family's? And I was like, oh, sorry.
Well, when he says he doesn't know, You believe that?
I mean, I think about this situation, and honestly, like, I've never seen him be gentle. And I see the way that he, like, he gets so happy when he talks about his kid. And I just, and the fact that he just, like, never ill-mannered, even discussing her, the fact that they get separated. I always considered him to be a really decent man. So the fact that they're still missing, I mean, I don't really think he would have won. I don't. I mean, and I think that's also a reason that it took me 2 days to come to you guys, because it was like, I think she left. I mean, and that's still in the back of my head is like a thought where it's like, maybe she took a leave. I mean, maybe she did. So, like I said, when that obviously the financial situation wasn't that great. And I thought maybe she just left because she didn't want to deal with it. Like, if we're over, like, you can deal with it. I don't know. I mean, I've had so many different scenario plans in my head, but I don't think it.
And he didn't that she's going to leave. He ever said to you, like, one day she's never leaving, she's never going somewhere?
He told me they had a conversation, and he told me that he came home like really late, I think that night. And he told me that when he woke up, he was sleeping. He got back, and when he woke up, there was a text message from her that said, I don't know if it was a text, I don't know. But she just said she asked him to wake her up first. And I guess he went to wake her up, and she informed him that the child that she was carrying did not belong to him. And I asked him if he believed that, and he said, no, I think she's just saying that out of spite. So I don't know if he's telling me that because he's trying to, like, somehow make me feel better that maybe it's not his kid because he lied to me, or if that, like, legitimately happened. I don't know. But he told me that, and I guess he said that we was gonna, like, go to some friend's house or something, and I guess he tried to ask about it a few times. She wasn't going to get so I can shoot that. But I don't think it was just reassuring. It was like just I'm not really sure.
Did he say it's a discussion that you have with some tension? Any price? Blending or anything that was, significant at that time?
Not really, but I mean, I'm sure finding out that the child that your wife is paying is worth probably, yeah. But we didn't express it. They were arguing. As far as I know, they didn't even really, like, argue that much in the first place. They just had different opinions on how to do stuff. It just wasn't helpful. Like, he just kind of like, oh, I fight with my wife. Like, I would never, ever, ever.
You think he had any reason to believe that the child wasn't her? I mean, is there a possibility that she was seeing somebody?
I mean, maybe she's at home all day, right? It would probably be pretty easy for her to have that there. I don't know.
Nothing that he ever mentioned.
Prior to that?
Yeah. He never said there or he spent so much time saying so. No.
I don't even think you would notice. I mean, like, realistically, it's like, what else knew about us? She's home today, so that frees up, like, that much time. So, no. But I mean, he could have been on the road. But I mean, he even said, I think she said it out of spite. I don't even think he took that whole situation seriously.
Mm-hmm. So, and then he did admit to you that it was his child. He believed it was his child.
Later, because I kept asking him, he's like, it's not mine. And I was like, how are you going to tell me that she just told me that she's having an affair? And you tell me you don't believe that she's really having an affair, if that the kid's not yours? Like, it doesn't make sense. She said, I thanked him for telling me the truth. I didn't want to contact him, but I just wanted to take a step back. I was like, look, in this situation about, like, emotions, like, positive emotions, that can't be done right now. And it's like, I don't care about anything that's going on with him. I don't care about anything that's going on in the media. I don't care about any of that. Like, all I care about is stuff that's this is me.
See, talk.
One, most of the stuff that I saw was like just the phone. It's like a short picture, and then today I saw it.
What did you say? Is that the guy that's striking you?
I mean, he's kind of got an introverted personality type, so like he's kind of like laid back with ways. I think he's thinking he's not with all of that. I told you the night that I talked to him on the phone, like Monday night, like he was calm, but if you just hear his voice, it's just like it's like I could feel. It's like a wolf. It's kind of similar like that, where it was like you're trying to like hold back the tears. Hold back, like I saw him forward, but exactly.
But do you think he's kind of an even keel type of guy?
Always,
Wild,
always.
So he didn't not highs and lows. He's not one of these people who gets upset quickly or gets depressed quickly.
No. I mean, and he has moments of like happiness. I mean, of course, I see him. He's like happy and takes him down. But just in general, I think he's a pretty calm individual.
And again, this is just anything you want to say or anything.
I really hope. What do I really think? I'm hoping that they have a lot more death than he let on to, and she won't be able to. She won't be able to start a new life.
Is there anything you want to add? Yeah. You good? Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's one of these things too. Is a lot of times what happens is after you have an interview like this, you might start thinking, if you ask me this question and I just thought of something, feel free to give a call, because usually people will think of something after the fact. Spending less than an hour at the park, you might think, what in July? I remember he said this, or I remember this happened, in early August. If any of that comes to your mind, just reach out, give me a call, and we appreciate any insight. We don't know what happened. We don't know. I mean, this could be, a wide range of things at this point. Obviously, our job is to figure out what happened, and that's what we're going to do. So, the quicker we can get there, though, if there's hope, right? There's always hope that they're okay and that they get them home safely, and it's possible. There's a range of possibilities. So our job is to try to resolve this as quickly as possible. There's a whole bunch of us working on this, and we will day and night until we resolve it. So, but in the meantime, you're in a unique position.
Guess what? Or the babies, man, that woman, or that whole situation, like that is, I'm here because of those three. And her and God. I'm here for those three. But I'm also here because I am
that. Well, we appreciate that. I think it's obvious. I mean, we can sense, anything can sense that you do care.
Yeah.
And that, that's something we all and we all want to see them safe. So again, if you want in his life, rather than so there are things that he might say he would say to somebody else, or there might be something that we'll find out about that nobody else could. So we'll have to see how that goes and see how the investigation progresses. So we may find out here, but for now, just my main thing would be if you hear from him and you think you should tell us about it, please call me. If you think of something else that happened, even if you think, it's really not that significant, but maybe I should have mentioned it, please call me and tell me. Because every little piece can help. One of the things I'm not even sure I asked you that wasn't what I did, but are there any particular places that you guys ever went that stood out? Do you have a special place that you wanted to go with you, or a walk, or to go, view the sights or anything like that?
Every place that we went was my idea. And I think all of it was special, different reasons. I just took places like put it this all stuff that I've done. Like dinner, like any space for one, heard something that I was like, hey, I know you would like this. What do you think? He was always all about it. But like going camping was my idea. Brewing up a board, my idea. All of it was my idea. I would love it.
So you just wanted to spend time?
Yes. I don't think you can't wear it.
Right. Well, if something jumps out, if you think about a camping event or something, and if something that was said or something that was somehow significant about that, again, feel free to give a call and let me know. Because again, we just don't know. That's one of those things where somebody might actually, a neighbor, a coworker, somebody might have a piece of information that makes the difference in the case. So, and you may have that piece of information. You just don't know yet. Obviously, we're going to be interviewing everybody, family, friends, coworkers, like that one. So we got a lot of work to do, but we really appreciate you reaching out. And hopefully we'll get to the bottom of this quickly.
What is he at?
Right now, I don't know. I know that he's been interviewed in Federate by the police there, and he's probably going to be interviewed again, maybe multiple times. Family members as well. I think that he had some friends he was going to stay with. Because they wanted to, we wanted to look at the house. So I don't even know if he's gone back to the house or if he's with friends. I honestly don't. But he may reach out to you. I mean, it's one of these things in a situation like this, you tend to reach out to the people who are closest to you and want to talk about things.
What am I supposed to do?
If he calls you, obviously you would like to know anything and everything that he says. Because, again, they tell you something that he's not telling you. And also, even something that may seem obvious to you, if he told us something opposite, it's important. So if he said, I'm staying at Joe's house, and he tells you he's staying at Chris's house or Bob's house or wherever, and that's not true, well, then that could be seen. If he tells you that he went someplace and he didn't go there, that could be seen. So even though if you do have contact with him and you think it's just a normal conversation, that could be something that could be out.
Do you want it?
Not yet. That's one of the things.
Yeah, right.
Right. And we're not going to ask you to do that at this point. I mean, we have a lot of investigative avenues. We have a lot of things that we can do. I know this is difficult for you, and I don't want to make anything more stressful than it already is. So right now, I would just say sit tight. The most valuable thing you could do is just think of anything else that might be useful and just let us know. And then if he contacts you, I would say it's okay to hear what we have to say. And if you could tell us what it is, that would be very helpful. One of these things is if something happened that shouldn't have happened, there's usually a mistake, right? I mean, usually something that's said or something that's done that comes out. But even things that you see completely innocent.
Beginning of divorce. Like, I'm just curious.
Well,
I just want to know now because it's like I've been living this whole thing and I'm like, is it a lie? I don't know. Like when I found out that she had a baby, the way I was like, it made me like,
Well, so I can tell you this, Phil and I have not done it. I haven't even seen him on news. So I don't know specific. We probably have 50 people, I would guess, on an accurate working on this right now. Okay, and it may want to be 100. So there's different investigators doing different things. So I don't necessarily know what's going on with him. And our focus is just to check all the boxes as quick as possible so we can get all the facts. So I don't know, if he was really getting this, if he only get separated, if they only sell the house. We'll find out soon. And actually, a good point. If you have any other questions for us, is there anything that we can ask?
About the situation. I just want them to talk about all three of them. Alive and happy and well and everything that just God, everybody to go.
Well, we greatly appreciate it. I would say thank you very much. Hang in there. I know this isn't easy. This is a difficult situation. So hang in there. If I hear anything, I will reach out to you. Okay? I don't know how quickly that's going to happen. In the meantime, again, feel free to reach out. And if you feel like taking a phone call, you take a phone call, it's a text message, you can do that. That's the key. I'm not going to direct you at this time to do anything. But if it comes to that, or we think that might be helpful, then we can.
Just me, I would say texting. Because if in writing, you don't have to get hurt. But that's just me.
I mean, I asked him to leave me alone. He's pretty respectful of the things that I have to say to him, so I think it's pretty hard for him to have me not talking to him. So I asked him for him if he did. that had talked to me, it wouldn't surprise me, but if he also respected what I had to say, he's communicating his face, I think he would respect that too. I mean, I told him numerous times that day that I was.
We'll see as time goes on. But that's it for now. And again, we'll reach back out via BP. One thing actually I did want to add is the text messages to you.
Yeah, that was yesterday. So I found out he was honest with me. Like, we talked a couple more times after that. And it's like, I want you to contact me. And I just, wow.
If that's something that became necessary for us to try to retrieve, is that something that would be okay with you?
I'm sure we could work on my phone records, but I use that phone for work, so I'd appreciate it if I could, keep this. Is there another way for you guys to know about through the phone company or something?
So there's special software we can plug your phone into, and even if it's deleted, so retrieve the content, and then just preserve that and be able to come back. That's the course of action.
So you're not gonna take it from me though, right? Because I just need it for work.
Yeah, no, we don't need to take your phone and you don't get it back. I mean, there is a process about getting the information from the phone, but we have people who do that. And it wouldn't be a big intrusion, but it just, and you think about this too, right? Because if you think after this example, hey, you know what, the action necessary, that was a real strength. Then maybe we do, we go for it. But for now, I don't know that it's necessary. But if it becomes necessary, we may come back to you and say, hey, can you just take a look at your phone? And try to retrieve those text messages. And again, it may not even be the content, it may just be the time and location. Right, so.
Well, and I mean, as long as you guys will give it back, I mean, that's one thing I do for work. I don't even pay for it. And about the first session, I really just have that.
Did you have a work phone and a personal phone? Yeah. Do you have numbers for both?
I mean, I could look up the work phone number on it. Directory thing for.
Did he contact you on both?
The first couple times that we talked for a few days, it was on his work phone, but then it shifted to his personal. So it's like, I don't want any personal conversations about work phone, because we're pretty separated at work, and then that way at work. I don't think anybody working is I'm not affiliated.
Yeah, if we could get both numbers, that'd be great. Just to make sure that we have them.
I don't know. I think there's a directory in here somewhere on my thing. How do you smash it?
One of those broken screensavers.
We're gonna know about it. For that thing.
That's 6 times.
Yeah.
And shit.
No, that's not. All it did was snatch it. I don't know what it is.
Well,
sure you can get it.
Yeah.
You have his cushion cell phone.
Yeah, that's what's saved in my phone. I don't have his voicemail saved in my phone. I was hoping that I could look it up on my work directory because it's my email, I think, but.
Well, that's when we get that, someone just his personal number. I'm sure we have it already, but we need to get that. And then the work phone, we'll get that from one.
Yeah.
910-309-1700. That's the number.
And then one more question as far as I know you were doing the search for you, but if you have an email address, you guys do it in contact? No email?
I think we have one email, but it wasn't us talking. It's I just help things that I operate on the field, but there's gas and everything. So just that. It was a quick talk, but pretty much everything that we've had has been postal. Like I said, it's one email. I don't remember exactly what happened. Yeah. Some things is wrong with the gas monitors, but I think he can about that. And then I think we talked to each one on his work phone, and it was because at that point it was still professional, but it was getting to the point where it was going to be a personal thing. It's we should be sure. That's not good. And this is my work phone, and my work phone was mine. Right. So I don't think about that. So I mean, any first things I would leave.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually, I don't know what I asked Nikki get it because your full name. I know it's Nikki, but is it
Wow.
Kessinger? Well, we came right down what you call
Yeah.
Kessinger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NICHOL.
Yeah.
And then you did work.
Well, I didn't know.
You think of anything else?
I think I just gave you guys my mind.
So I did a good job asking you lots of questions.
Hopefully I gave you something that
I just wanted to accelerate because of the ages.
Yeah.
No, and that's
We don't know them, but if somebody out there, as long as you're safe, we're cool with it.
Yeah.
We're, you know,
and that's the main reason we get involved. Anytime there's a missing kid, our local agencies can reach out to us for additional manpower, essentially. So I always want to get that resolved as quickly as possible.
absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the key. And I can tell you this, we'll doing everything it takes. So
I'm the more to lose the faster it gets, hopefully. And that's
exactly right.
That's why we thought it.
Right.
No, I think your information is very helpful. It also gives us a lot of insight. It's helpful with that. Well,
So you guys with the local or with the Fed?
we're friends. We're both LPIs.
Helping out with the that was small.
Yeah, Frederick's a smaller DVD, and a case like that requires a lot of power.
Yeah, I used to do water treatment plants up there in Erie and all of those, and man, there's not a lot going on in those towns, and all those. It's not overcrowded, it's not traffic, no. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot smoother way of life. So I couldn't imagine that they would have 50s.
Well, I bet the one detective that you officers.
Yeah, that's one of the ways that we can help. Just because we have a lot of people sourcing.
It's good to know.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I'm sorry about the mosquito bites as well. I know it's
As long as you got
thing to go with. Like they're fine, and you and I are getting better. So
that's better.